All right, so I'm gonna give the regular viewers a few minutes to get on here. I mean, I have to talk about it today because I'm on one of those days where I'm kind of like fed up and I gotta talk about it because if I don't talk about it, I'm gonna take it out on other things that don't deserve it. So yeah, let's I only have like I'm gonna say like maybe half hour to talk about this. So I want to try to make it as short and sweet and to the point as possible. I really don't plan on being on here for too long right now. It's just a short ranting session. No bones, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate that. I appreciate the love and support, as always. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it right now, so I don't have to repeat myself throughout the stream. For anybody being able to stop by, even if it's for like a few minutes or whatever, I appreciate you even taking the time and considering stopping by the stream. It really does mean a lot to me. If you can please, I hate begging, but I have to say it. Otherwise, the algorithm, it's not going to work for me. But as you chime in, please hit that like button on the stream and comment and share because it's going to get a little messy today because, I mean, I'm very respectful and polite, and I'm not saying I'm going to disrespect anybody, but if the shoe fits, it might seem like I'm disrespecting a certain amount of people or a certain type of person. Awesome. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. So today, I'm going to strictly talk about pretty much my job at the airport. And before I say anything, because I mean, I always have to say this because I really don't want it to come off as me like complaining about my job per se. Like, it's a job that I am grateful for. I'm thankful for my job. Obviously, it's given me an opportunity. It pays fairly decent, and it's a job that gets a foot in the door towards other opportunities if you choose to take them. So that aside, okay, I already said it. I'm grateful and thankful for my job, okay, at the security checkpoint at the airport. That being said, okay, things have to be said today because you know what? Like a while back ago, what's going on? Leanne, what's up? A while back ago, I made a few videos pretty much like talking about this. And I told myself, I'm not gonna talk about this again because it gets to the point where it's like annoying to have to repeat myself or whatever. And so I thought I was okay, just kind of like letting it go and whatever. But just recently, I guess the tank got full again of me getting annoyed, and I told myself, you know what? Even if it gets annoying, okay, even for myself, I'm gonna keep talking about this and I'm gonna keep ranting about this because I really am fed up. Not with the job itself because it's a fairly easy job. It's pretty straightforward. I can't really complain too much about that. But this day and age, okay, 2020, all right. Rachel, what's going on? What's going on? Welcome to the stream. Thank you for stopping by. It means a lot to me. Yeah, today is strictly me ranting about work at the airport. So you grab a bag of popcorn or Doritos or whatever you fancy because I'm about to tell it like it is. All right. So first of all, okay, it's been 3 years, maybe a little more than 3 years since I started working at the airport as a TSO, Transportation Security Officer, aka TSA officer. And At the very beginning, I want to say like the first year, I was extremely understanding with passengers because, like without giving too much away, we're pretty much trained to remember that most of these passengers might be their first time traveling ever in their life, or maybe it's been a long time since they traveled and they forget like the rules, and maybe it's someone who doesn't travel often. And so when we're trained, they're like, remember guys, it's going to seem like a very repetitive and mundane job every day, because you're going to hear yourself repeating the same things over and over. Even between seconds, you're going to be repeating the same things verbatim. But just remember, or try to remember, that most of these passengers are lost because either it's their first time ever, or it's been a while since they traveled, or they don't travel often. So try to remember that. The first year, I was like, that's fine. That makes total sense. I get it. Totally understand that. Cool. So, for the first year, I was extremely understanding, extremely just, I would go like the forget about 9 or 10 yards. I would go freaking 2, 3 football fields. And I'll be extremely understanding to every single passenger. All right. Whether they were a seasoned passenger or a brand new passenger, I would always be understanding. But then the second year hit, and I started seeing a lot of things that really started like opening my eyes and blowing my mind, because I was like, hold up, there's just certain things that are going on here that, without disrespecting anybody, all right? Matter of fact, let me say this before I continue, all right? If you fall into the category of some of the passengers that I'm about to talk about throughout this stream, please do not feel offended. Okay, I'm not trying to disrespect anybody or offend anybody, but I'm just going to state things that I've noticed throughout the years of working at the airport. And, it just blows my mind. And a lot of my coworkers, the same thing. So the second year, I started seeing like a lot of things that just, you would think, okay, you would think that would be common sense, or pretty much like just things that 1 and 1 equals 2 type of thing. Like it's things that you just shouldn't do, or you should do. Vice versa. For example, okay, when you're traveling, all right, wherever, like whether it be I don't know, boat, or especially through aviation, right? Whether it's like your first time or it's been a while or whatever, it's been years. I mean, if you're a passenger, okay, you should know ahead of time that if you're traveling and we're about to screen you through a security checkpoint, first things first, we got to know that you are indeed the person that's on the boarding pass. All right. And that's where the whole ID thing comes in. NJ, what's going on, man? Appreciate that. Appreciate that. Hit that like button, share it, comment, interact. I'm just going to rant here. Okay. But yeah, so, like we need to see and verify and confirm that, the name that's on the boarding pass is the same person that's traveling. That's all. Like it should be like common sense. You know what I'm saying? Especially, you got to think, okay, you're traveling or whatever. This is something that will help you, help whatever, law enforcement. If something, God forbid, but if something happens, they can trace back, okay, that person traveled through here or whatever. You got to kind of like think about those small things, all right? So, but a lot of people that get to the checkpoint, they get to the checkpoint and there's a podium. Okay, there's an officer sitting or standing at the podium waiting for the passengers. And there will be a surprising amount of passengers that will see the officer sitting or standing at the podium, whether it be waving to come over or whatever. And, they'll start walking, and without showing anything, the boarding pass, ID, nothing, they'll just kind of like try to walk in the screening area. And, you know, nowadays I try to laugh it off to myself, not at the person, but to myself, and just be like, so you're just gonna walk in like if you were riding a train, you know what I'm saying? You just walk in without showing any ticket or any form of like identification. You know, if you're going on a cruise, you just, you know, you go inside the boat without showing like the ticket you bought for the cruise, nothing like that. Like, what sense does it really make to just walk up at the checkpoint and go directly to the screening without showing who you are? You know what I'm saying? How am I supposed to know that you're an actual passenger without seeing your boarding pass or ID? You know what I'm saying? It's little things like that. And I'll get to more of these things as I keep ranting along. But that's one of them. That really just amazes me how often that happens. You know, like every now and then, like maybe like one time every few months. Okay, understandable. Every day though. Every day. Not one, not two. Okay, a few. I don't want to say hundreds, but maybe little less than hundreds of people, passengers. They just try to skip the whole process. Matter of fact, there's been moments where the person or passenger or whatever has, you know, like walked across the podium and tried to just go straight through like the machines with their bags in hand, like with everything in their hands. And we'd be like, yo, like, where are you going? Like, like, yeah, let's try that again. You're gonna go back out and we're gonna start from zero, and you're gonna, like, you know, we're gonna do this like the right way, because no, that's not gonna happen. You're not just gonna walk through the security checkpoint without being checked. You know what I'm saying? With everything in hand, that's not gonna happen. So, you know, stuff like that has happened, and obviously we've caught it in time and we've done the procedure correctly, obviously. But it still amazes me how that's even a thing, like in someone's mind, to just waltz up and try to like skip procedures. Anyways, another thing that recently I've been noticing with this whole pandemic thing, okay, the COVID thing, everybody's wearing masks, right? Okay, everybody's wearing masks. If you show to the podium, if you stand in front of the podium, all right, and you give me your license, right? The reason you're giving me your license is for me to compare and confirm that the face on the license is the face in front of me. How am I supposed to do that if I can't even see your face? I'll wait for someone to explain that to me, because last time I checked, okay, if you have all this covered down and I'm holding the license or passport in my hand, how in God's name am I supposed to say, yeah, that's the person in front of me, like, if I can't even see the actual features on your face? What sense does that make? Honestly, I'm just asking an honest question. Like, it might be just me. It might be, I don't know, I might be like exaggerating here. Who knows? But it just doesn't make any sense to me. And that's the majority of the passengers traveling right now. They keep doing this. They show up with the mask. Okay, you know, you follow rules or whatever. But then when they get to the podium, they give us a license or passport and keep the mask on, as if we have X-ray vision in our eyes, as if we're like Superman and can see right through the mask and be like, oh, okay, yeah, that's you for sure. Mm-hmm. Right. No. It just boggles my mind. Like my mind literally just blows up because it happens way too often. Matter of fact, I'm not exaggerating. Hand to God as my witness, okay? I have done this. I have checked somebody and said, yeah, I need to see your face so I can compare your face to the ID in front of me. There's people behind this passenger. They're hearing what's going on, okay? They're even giggling behind this person, all right? Because they're listening to what's going on. And even they keep their mask on when they get to me. you would think that, okay, that's happening to that person, so let me start taking my mask down. That way, when I get to the podium, you know, he can see my face right away. Nope, doesn't cross anybody's mind. Yeah, that's a good one, MJ. Have everyone take new ID pictures with masks on for pandemic era travel. Yeah, I mean, if they want to keep their masks on, that would be the only way to do it. You know, that make more sense actually if that were the case. But you know what I'm saying? Like I need to compare and confirm. That's all it is. Like a second that you go like this and put it back up is not gonna, you know what I'm saying? Man, I'm trying to breathe because it just, like I said, the person behind the person I just asked to take off the mask did not get the point and did not see or understand what was just happening in front of them. Another thing that I see often, way too often, and I've put this in some of my videos in the past, but you know, like there's a tray, okay? There's a tray at the screening area. All right, let's say it's this big, okay? And thank you, I appreciate that, man. I appreciate that. Thank you, man, Jay. So there's a tray this big, okay? Once again, hand to God, I'm not exaggerating. Okay, I'm not saying this to just make a joke out of it. This is real life, people. This is real life. There's a tray this big. Okay, somebody tries to put a suitcase this big inside this tray. Okay, and I've said this many times before. Once again, not to make a joke out of it or not like that, not to sound funny, but because I live this every day, and every day I ask, why would you even try? How does that make any sense? How's the thing that you're trying to fit into the, you know, the thing that's supposed to hold something together is bigger than the actual container itself? Like, it doesn't make any sense. But yet I see it every day. I see this every day. Another thing. There's a lot of misconceptions out there, whether it be Family Guy or American Dad or just regular TV satire or movies or whatever, you know, making out for TSA to be like, I don't know, dumb or exaggerated or whatever. And, you know, I've been on both sides. I've been a passenger before I was working for TSA, and I've been a passenger while I've been in TSA, okay? And I can tell you, all right, the majority of the staff and you know, coworker of mine and other airports that I work for are extremely competent, extremely responsible, extremely knowledgeable of the job, the goal at hand. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys get to your destination safely and all that. And you know, I think it's really messed up how TV satire and movie satire tries to like make fun of TSA and all that. Oh, it ain't gay if it's TSA. You know, if I had a penny every time I've heard that, boy, let me tell you, I would not be even trying to be on YouTube right now, okay? Because it gets old really, really fast. And another thing is, guys, some of you might not know this, but we go through a lot, like with difficult passengers on a daily basis. And, you know, this might not sound like new or crazy because there's other jobs where you encounter crazy passengers, you know, like Walmart, a gas station, etc. But, you know, the amount of things that TSOs go through with passengers, because a lot of passengers feel entitled or whatever. And once again, if anybody on here falls into a category, trust me, I'm not trying to disrespect you or whatever. I'm just stating a fact that I see on a daily basis. You know, I've seen things that are just plain wrong and things that technically some of us could be suing some of the passengers for because of how disrespectful and unlawful it is. For example, yeah, man, what? It ain't gave us TSA. Is it hard to earn 40K? Bro, I don't even earn that. If I earned that, I'd be okay. I'd be like, peace of mind. I don't even earn near that much, not even half that. So, yeah, because the thing is, I work TSA, but it's private contracted. It's not full-fledged federal TSA. So in my case, I don't get paid that much. I really wish I could tell you I get paid that much, but I don't. I really don't. Not even half. But anyways, like the things that we go through, like, you know, the machine, and I've said this plenty of times before, the machines are the ones that alarm on the passengers. We don't get to pick like, oh, I'm going to alarm this passenger because I really want to fill up on them or whatever. No. You know, we scan you, we let the machine do its job. If the machine says, yo, this person alarmed on the chest area, guess what? We have to pat down that area. You know what I'm saying? I do not have another job besides TSA, bro. I do not. I really wish I could tell you I did, but I do not. This is my other job. Me being on YouTube trying to make this work is my other job. But besides that, no, this is it. I've heard and seen, okay, other TSOs get disrespected at the machine where you do this pose or whatever. Hey, so I've seen things like this, okay? So the officer scans the person, the passenger, and the passenger comes out already heated, okay? And the officer says, hey, so, you know, your alarm in this area got patted down. The passenger then goes to say, yeah, you just want to fill up on my junk, right? You just want to fill up on me, right? Go right ahead, man. Like, bro, that's not us. We're not deciding and choosing who alarms where. That's the part that blows my mind. It's like a lot of people say or think or have the erroneous idea that it's like us picking and choosing, oh, I'm going to alarm this person on the crotch area. Oh, I'm going to alarm this person on the buttock area. Oh, I'm going to alarm this person in the nutsack area. Like, no, like that's not our fault. If the machine picks up on something, whether it be sweat or lotion on the skin or your bags, or I mean, your pants are baggy or whatever, you got a piece of candy in your pocket, because believe me when I tell you, all right, even a small ball of lint will go off in that machine. That's why we can't stress enough before you enter that tall machine, yo, make sure, for the love of God, make sure there's absolutely nothing at all in your pockets, just air. Nothing but your hopes and dreams in your pockets. People, I had this one time where I almost snapped because I was already having a bad day, and I got this this older gentleman. He was probably in his like mid-40s, and he was already with an attitude. He gets into the machine, and I tell him, all right, so you got nothing in your pockets, right? He says, nothing that matters. I almost snapped. He was like, yo, everything matters. So I'm going to ask you for a favor. Take your pockets out. Make sure there's nothing at all in your pockets, or else I'm not going to scam you. I told him just like that. And he had an attitude with me. I'm like, no, like, I'm telling you, even the smallest thing is going to alarm. And I'm trying not to even touch you. So please just make sure you got nothing in your pockets, bro. And, you know, I took care of it or whatever, and I handled it as best as I could, as, you know, respectful as I could be at that point. But it really does get on our nerves. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not our fault. If the machine alarms on you in a certain area, we got to pat that area down. We got to make sure you got nothing in your pockets, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, man. Let's see. It's 23 minutes in. A few other things before I let you guys go, because I'm really trying not to pass that half-hour mark. There's certain things that I'm going to tell you right now you should not wear if you're going to the airport. Ladies, do not wear dresses or shirts with like the dazzles on them or sparkles on them. Just don't. Just don't. Just wear a regular ass t-shirt. Pardon my French, but just wear a regular t-shirt, some pants, some flip-flops. That's it. That's all you need to travel. All right. Same thing with the guys. I've seen guys wearing cargo pants or pants with jeans with bedazzles on them, rhinestones. I'm like, yo, just be simple. You know, regular shorts or joggers or pants, regular jeans, you know, like regular sneakers. I mean, no offense. Once again, sometimes you have no choice but to wear certain things because well, on a business trip or whatever. But I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to give you suggestions that will help it go smoothly for you through the checkpoint. Regular clothes, guys. Regular clothes. Graphic t-shirt, pair of jeans, some flip-flops, or whatever, a pair of sneakers. You know, keep it simple. I've seen people wearing fur coats. I've seen people wearing like multiple jackets. I've seen people wearing like 3 or 4 pants because they're trying to save space inside the bag. Like, I get that part sometimes, but even then, just try to cut that to the least as possible. All right. And another thing is, if you got there late and you have a check-in bag that you can't check in because they're closed at the ticket counter or whatever, be prepared and don't get mad at us that when you get to the screening area, all that big toiletry that you were brought for no reason, because guess what? There's stores on the other side where you're going to, but you bring them anyways. Okay, cool. Get ready to throw them out. And don't get mad at us. Don't get angry with us. Just, let it be known that if you got there late for whatever reason, that's not our fault. That's not on us. All right? And be prepared for the worst. Throw all that big toiletry out, the 6-pack of Coca-Cola that you might have lying around in that bag. I mean, it's just the facts. Like, if you got there late, there's really not a lot we can do for you, But anyways, learn how to dress. Bags that don't fit in the tray, don't put them in the tray. Just put them on the table for the love of God. I don't know. There's so many things that I want to say right now, but for now, I'm just gonna leave it at that. Know how to dress. If you don't know how the airport that you're going to fly from operates, call ahead of time. Ask questions. Hey, what is or isn't allowed to go through the checkpoint at that airport? Even though it's pretty standard across the board, people will say it's different. Not really. It's the same rule across the board. But if you want to doubt me or whatever, go ahead and call ahead of time. Hey, what can I take on my carry-on? What can I take in my personal item? What's allowed to go through the checkpoint, the x-ray, what's not allowed. Inform yourself, all right? This is something that I try to tell everybody who's flying, especially nowadays with the whole COVID situation. Just ask ahead of time. Call the airport. What is or isn't allowed? What can I travel and cannot travel with? What's the best practice at the checkpoint? Just ask questions. There's nothing wrong with asking questions ahead of time and informing yourself. All right. If you want to go smoothly for you, your family, your friends, whatever, just ask ahead of time, inform yourself, and just try to make it easier on yourself and also on us. Because sometimes you guys travel with things that I just don't understand. And then we have to pull your bag for dumb stuff. Like, you got a soda inside your bag. Yeah, it's dumb that we have to pull you back for a soda, but it's even dumber that it's 2020 and people still don't remember that, liquids over 3.4, 3.5 are not allowed through the checkpoint, period. All right? If you guys want a tip, okay, and things will always change at the checkpoint, all right? Security measures always change to adapt to the dangers that surround it and follow it or whatever. But as of right now, you know what I'm saying? If you want to take your drink, the only way you're going to be able to do that, all right, freeze it. Freeze your drink. I know it sounds retarded, and pardon my French again, but that's the only way you can be able to put that drink through the X-ray machine. If it's frozen solid, then it's good to go. All right? That's the tip I'll give you right there for free. All right? Anyways, guys, I have a few interviews lined up for the following days and weeks. I believe next week I have to get together with that person, but sometime next week, I'm hoping hopefully Wednesday or Thursday, depending on what they tell me, I'm going to be interviewing a former child online predator victim. And we're going to discuss the point of view from the victim and how they process everything that they see from predator poachers and all the other channels that deal with predator catching and all that good stuff. So please, be on the lookout for that. That's going to happen next week. I want to say between Wednesday or Thursday. And then after that, if God willing, everything goes how it's supposed to, I'll be also interviewing another predator catching channel that's like up and coming. It's still pretty like new, but it's worth looking into and sharing, and pretty much like giving it more exposure online, because they're doing a great job as well. And yeah, guys, thank you for allowing me to rant. I needed to get that out because, I mean, you can only put up with so much with passengers on a daily basis, and it's really like messed up. It shouldn't even be that hard sometimes to like work at the airport, but passengers, I mean, with all due respect, they make it way harder than it's supposed to be, both for themselves and for the officers. So that's kind of like what I want to get across. You know, if you're a passenger, inform yourself. Make sure you make things easier on yourself and the officers that you're going to be going to at whatever airport you're flying from or to. All right. Anyways, guys, thank you, every single one of you, for stopping by on the stream. I appreciate the love and support. Keep an eye out, like I said, for the interviews coming up next week. It's going to be really interesting. So if you got family or friends that want to hear about a former victim of a predator, it's going to be really good information coming across from them. And I'm not going to say exactly who it is until like a day or two before the interview. So just be on the lookout. All right. Guys, please give this stream a thumbs up. It helps with the algorithm. All right. I really would appreciate if you guys, I see there's a lot of you on here. So if you can, just give it a thumbs up, share with other people who are into this kind of stream and content. I really appreciate it. And I will be back tomorrow, so be on the lookout for that. Hopefully tomorrow I'll be talking about predator poacher or predator catching type of content. We'll see about that, but that's hopefully the case, because I do enjoy talking about that as well. So for now, God bless all of you. Love you all. And as always, peace out.